Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Welcome to the two of you that are here at the moment. This is just a chill day. I haven't had any of my settings set up for a bit, so if there's something wrong with audio or anything else, oh god, the light right now is bothering my glasses. Anything wrong with, my music, anything else, audio, I haven't live streamed in a bit, so just kind of give me a shout and let me know if it's not coming up right. So this is mostly just gonna be a hangout, chill live stream. Gonna do some painting, mostly sisters. So I have a couple projects that I'm gonna be working on. I have 3 paragons that I have to finish up, and I got a sister squad that I want to do up. I do have exactly how I'm going to be doing these with the color scheme, because I finally have decided on a color scheme that I actually really like for sisters. And so I think from now on, I'm going to be going red, green, kind of nice cyanish, lightish blue, and the purple. But I think for vehicles, I am going to be doing the red because it's quite sharp. It's really nice, especially for the Paragon warsuits, vehicles, anything. And then for the actual units, I'll be doing purple as the main color for like all the purple for the things. Yo, potato. Yeah, it's been a minute. I know it's been a hard time over the last couple months with like COVID, and like I got COVID again and I've just been brain foggy. But yeah, so that's kind of the scheme I'm going to aim for mainline sisters. Red for the weapon. Actually, I'll do this so that way it's... there we go. Red for the weapon, blue, purple, and then probably green. I used yellow as kind of the highlight color for these ones. So it's a little bit different comparatively to the color scheme, but I'll generally be going in that direction. And yeah. I'm just going to basically get started. What do I want to start with, though? That's the real question. But yeah, potato, yeah. It's just been kind of sucked in the last couple of months. But that's part of what this live stream will actually be going on, is going to be going over a little bit of what kind of my goal is for the channel in the new year when it comes up. What kind of content people can expect, and where I'm gonna be aiming the channel in general, and go from there. You know what? I'm feeling just doing the Paragon warsuits actually. So, starting off, crusted sore. Nice kind of deepish red. Good as like that base color for the red. But oh shit, I should shake this. Yeah, we'll see how many people show up today. I know Emu said that he might be here. Samurai said something. Timing wise, it's just, yeah. I kind of wanted to do this just out of nowhere. Whew. COVID, though, has re-kicked my ass, and I've been deathly exhausted over the last, like, little bit, which just kind of sucks. Let's get going. Yeah. So how I've been doing this lately, move all you out of the way, is kind of dry brushing from a dark color all the way up to that brightish color. And I'll show that off in a little bit once I get this. But yeah, I have kind of this system going on now with my reds and with the way I'm doing dry brushing now, which makes it really, really good. I'm like super happy with how those Paragon warsuits came out. I want more paint on this. And yeah, I'm so happy with how those ones turned out. So the ones with the maces that I had already painted one of the Paragon Superior for the other squad with a bit of it was mostly just like classic sisters, you know, the black armor and gold trim. I just didn't like it. It didn't vibe with me as much as like when I did the red. So I kind of reprimed it. So hey, epics, do I remember you? Were you in any of the live streams before? I don't remember the name Epic00. But yeah, it has been a bit. I don't know if you heard a little bit of my explanation of why it's been kind of a difference, or why I've been gone since you've been gone. Yes, oh God, why did I do that? Sorry. Again, anyone that's in the live, in right now, just let me know if the levels, music, anything like that while we're painting. I kind of have my own music comparatively to you guys, so I don't hear myself because OBS I can kind of listen in on things, but I just never liked hearing my own voice feedback to me, and it being really hard to kind of talk while I go through things. Went to the stream, supposed to watch. Oh, well, thanks for joining the stream today. Yeah. Also, just to let you know, this is also going to be, I mentioned this at the beginning, don't know if you heard it, but going to kind of go over a little bit of what the channel will be doing going forward. So since you watch the videos, videos will be slightly different in the future, not too much different. Mainly, what's going to be happening is I do have a series that I'm going to be working on coming in the new year. I'll try and see if maybe I can get the first one out this maybe this week, maybe afterwards, but I'm going to be traveling for the holidays. I'm going to be doing what did I call it? Oh yeah, the Siege of Terra Zero Context. So the idea being, I have not read any of the Horus Heresy series. Like outside, I think I read Master of Mankind, so the War in the Webway, but I haven't read any of the other like Horus Heresy books. I have a vague idea of it, of like events, because obviously you do when you have any kind of sense of idea of like lore, and I just kind of wanted to like jump into something that was actually really interesting when I wanted to go into the book. So I went Siege of Terra because it's the big event. It's the big final event. I was really kind of interested in it. And so I jumped straight into the Solar War. And I kind of want to do it that way as a book review of the series on its own, not with context of the Horus Heresy, and see how they hold up just as books, and kind of do that as a review of them as books themselves outside of that context. And I'm being honest, so far they're decent. So I wanted to do them individually for each book, just to kind of go through like how they do contextually, how they do like thematically. Are they actually good plot stories at all, or are they just kind of, you know, another iteration of the Siege of Terra? Like, how are you going to make a book out of, or like book 1 of 9 of a siege? Like, how can you actually do a plot? Is it actually kind of feasible as its own story kind of stuff? So that's where I'll be going. Bobby lore. Yeah, I'm actually going to kind of go into that as well. Yeah, kind of more as a pure book review compared to like, oh, like how is this actually for this? Like, how does it reach into this? Can it actually stand on its own? Kind of want it similar, like how I did the, how Sonam and I actually did the Lightbringer book review almost. Sonam is not joining me on this one. She's quite busy in the last, doing her own kind of setup for a bunch of hers work. So I'll be on my own mostly. Hey, Samurai. But yeah, I do also, Potato, I'm going to do a little bit on the House Bobby lore. So giving an idea of like how how it kind of works. Because I have a little idea of how I want the House Bobby lore to be. And Samurai's actually done quite a bit as well. Good timing for yourself, Samurai. Because I know you've done a little bit of work on the Bobby lore, so I actually want to take that in and use that into the lore. Yeah, because the Knights I'm really enjoying. So far this edition, I've really only played Knights. I haven't played Tau much because I just wasn't interested in the rules of Tau for this edition. And it just, yeah. There's something about the rules for Tau that I just was not happy with. It just doesn't seem fun. And I haven't built up enough sisters to actually do any like 2K games with them, but they have been so much fun when I have played them. But Knights, I've had almost 6-7 games with Knights, and I'm having so much fun with Knights. It's so much fun, and I'm been super excited to play them every single time I put them on the board. It's fun. I actually took one of the Helverns. So we have a league. Basically, like every 3 weeks, you get a new match in my local area. And one of my last matches was against Death Guard, and my opponent brought Mortarion. And the Helvern was able to run up and kick Mortarion to death, which was epic and absolutely hilarious that he was able to pull it off. So I actually got to pull this out because it's really fun. Here it is. How long is the stream going to be? I'll probably go for like maybe 2 hours. Depends. My phone is my camera right now up there, and I don't have any kind of charger for it, but it was like 80%, so we'll see. But yeah, so this Helvern shot at Mortarion while he was on an objective. So we got the 2-up anti-fly, which Mortarions fly, charged Mortarion, tank shocked, and then kicked Mortarion to death. So I painted a little scythe on his shoulder. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Here, let me do it this way. No. If you could see that. Yeah, little freehand scythe that I just wanted to put on there to be like, because that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Kicking Mortarion to death as a Helvern, not even the Warglaive. Nice. Good job. But yeah, Knights have just been, they've been so much fun. I have fully enjoyed myself because now my list is kind of, I have, what's my list now? Crusader, Canis Rex, 4 Warglaives, the 2 Helverns, and Rogue Trader now, because the Rogue Trader can, or Entourage, redeploy D3 battle line, which all armigers are battle line, which is awesome and hilarious. And then also it's 4-up save, 5-up invul, 10 wounds, so pretty good. How do you plan to judge a book and what it is effectively as a sequel as if it's a standalone? So most of them, it's going to be more about take, for example, like Solar War. It is book 1 of the Solar War book. So of the Siege of Terra book series. So I'm judging that based off of the fact of like, okay, it's book 1. How much information can be kind of conveyed within that story without needing previous information? And I'll be honest, Solar War fails at that regard. There is too much that is dependent on like 6 or 7 other books without any kind of setup or discussion or anything. It's all payoff from 6 or 7 other books without any of the setup in the book itself, or at least even a mention or a kind of indication. So that's how I kind of judge like Solar War, for example. But it's also like, okay, how good of a book is it in terms of like, when you think of something as a sequel, or if it's the middle book of or the middle of a series, there still has to be some kind of self-contained plot that actually kind of drives the characters through it. And how does that kind of come to its own? Like The Empire Strikes Back is considered one of the better like Star Wars movies, but it's the middle of the trilogy. And like, is that because it is self-contained? You get enough within the book, within the movie itself, that you can actually make the plot go on its own. So that's kind of how I'm judging them. For example, like I've been reading Saturnine right now, and that is miles above every other book so far. Like Dan Abnett is a goddamn beast. I wanted to talk about Saturnine because Saturnine has just been so that good. I've been so excited to actually like talk about that book. Yeah. Should I start painting my minis? Yes. Samurai, come on. What do you have that you've been neglecting the poor things? Come on. Like, come on. Come on. Come on. And my knight got 200 kills in one game, but your knight is a god of dead. Yeah. 200 kills? Was it one knight versus like guard in Apocalypse? Damn. That's a lot. Uh-oh. What's going on in Discord land? Too lazy. Too bored. All right. What minis are they? Tell me that. And then I could judge you based off of how lazy you are. Also, yeah, that's a fair one, actually. I'll give you that one. That's fair. Yeah, I hate JW too, but Imperial Guard. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, you were doing the very specific camo. Yeah, why did you set yourself up for pain like that? Trying to do very, very specific camo. You just want to suffer. And it is hard if like you're not enjoying the process of painting. Like if it's that much of a slog to just paint through, it sucks. It's hard to get the motivation up to actually paint them. Because like that's what happened with me and the sisters. Is like I was getting frustrated with the process. I didn't like the color scheme. So when I finally decided on a good color scheme and I was really happy with it, and that's where like I just got the motivation. It was like, okay, let's do this. Let's have fun. Let's get some stuff going. Yeah, I said. I mean, you can always shift your color scheme if you have like a squad already painted with camo. It's the infantry or it's the Imperial Guard. Just say that they ran out of funding or ran out of budget for the next batch or the next squad. So the squad only has like only has very simple paint to it. It's why I'm not going to go, like I have one squad of sisters that has the red cloaks, purple head, and then pretty basic otherwise in terms of their coloring. It's why I'm not going to go back and repaint those ones. Unless, of course, it's this whole squad that I'm going to if it's a small squad, I'll redo that. But like, I did the retributors and I did it with the purple, and I'm really happy with that. So it's kind of giving me that motivation to finally, all right, I got 10 sisters to go through. Let's go. Hey, Samurai, do you want to just ping an open chat that I'll be like till 9, maybe? My laptop is here amongst like legs of shenanigans. Really want the dusting. Planoy for certain parts camo, and I have some camo pants and normal tan shirts and vice versa. Okay. Yeah, that's still, camo can be such a pain. I'd almost say it's just worth it. All right, thanks Samurai for pinging him. I'd almost say it's worth it for big things. Like example, do your tanks with the camo, and then just have like simple tan or something else for the infantry. That's kind of how I would go with it. All right, what was my order for this? Crusted Sore, and then Dragon Red. Shake. All infantry is still in sub-assemblies. Oh, yeah, you really set yourself up for disaster. I mean, if you get through it, I'm damn impressed that you can ping yourself through that much sub-assembly infantry. I mean, you can always go with the paint my guard like the Imperium treats them badly. I think I understand, but it's fine. For example, green. At least not totally. Yeah, the plan is kind of, because it is technically its own series. It is the Siege of Terra book series. That's why I kind of wanted to go at it from the from zero context. Like, I'll be honest, the Solar War, because this will be a part of the video, has more things that are like take for example with Avengers Endgame. With Endgame, there was at least things that were internally consistent, and if they had something that they were looking to pay off in that movie, they at least set it up and made sure that you understood that, oh, this is what's happening in this. Whereas like the Solar War, for example, there's something that happens with a character that kind of comes out of left field. There's no real indication that that's going to happen within the book, unless, of course, and I looked this up afterwards, people were saying like, yeah, this is something that happened, like this happened in like 2 or 3 books earlier. There was a specific thing that happened that would have been the cause of this. So that's where I'm going for it. And I'll say like Lost in the Dam has a lot of things that are set up from before. And just give me a second. I did Dragon Red. Maybe I'll start painting. Do it and share. I want to see them, Samurai. I want to see them. The much more fun video games. Fair enough, yeah. Fair play. Did I get some red into there at least? But yeah, Lost in the Dam had things that when it was you had a payoff for something in it, it was internally consistent. So if it was a setup from a previous book or from previous storylines, you at least got some kind of indication of who that character was or where they came from. I'm trying to remember exactly with Lost in the Damned, a good example of that. Actually, Sanguinius. Quite a bit of like with Sanguinius, when he starts like going out and fighting amongst the battle, you have a couple indications of how he works with things, how he kind of talks about like, this is not how I die. Because it explains a little bit of his kind of condition a little bit, so that way you have an idea of it, and it's not just a surprise when he's magically not dying. But I also want to do it from the perspective of like, how good is the book? Honestly, Solar War was not that great. Lost of the Damned, pretty good. And then, what was the next one? I got you. I look forward to your review. Also, the spoilers review. Yeah, it's gonna be full spoilers, 100%. I'm not gonna try and sugarcoat it. I'll do my initial impressions and then say like, after this is spoilers. But once you get to Saturnine, I'm gonna straight up say like, I'm reading the 4th book in a series. I'm gonna be talking about spoilers, so this is your own fault. Plus, can you have spoilers for the Siege of Terra? It's basically half of it is all part of the whole story of the world or of the lore of 40k. Like, you know most of what happens. I was playing Guard Knight and my friend's Guard versus Tyranids. I went, oh yeah, I could see how I would get 200 kills. All right, I think I'm spending too much time on this one. Let's move on. Yeah, see, I love how the I just love the buildup of that red. It looks so good. Makes me so happy doing this, actually. It's just a nice slow buildup of like colors and so happy with how the other ones came out. When's your writing stuff coming out, sir? So that I'm actually going to be doing in the new year. I will be doing it. I've kind of decided it was half on, half out of what I was going to do with getting kind of background, lore, world building. If I would do a full kind of unveil of what I have for the series, and how I want like the actual deep lore versus what you get when you go along with the story. So I think I'm just gonna go full ham and not care. I'm such a big fan of stories that when you finally get to like a reveal of something, if it's been properly set up, it's like they've planted that like impression in your brain from so long ago. And that's what I wanted to try and maybe set up with the whole thing. But I think what I'll do is in the new year, when I do the lore video, I will just go into the full world building, how I want things, or how the world kind of is set, and go from there. So new year, we'll have lore on my series, or on the books that I'll be working on. I was also going to try and get maybe the first book of this done in writing it through NaNoWriMo, but I ended up getting quite busy with a bunch of other stuff, and then COVID hit me, and I've just been kind of in a bad place since. So it sucks, but I do have the outline and everything for the world, so that's where I'll be going with it. Robert, what's going on? Welcome to the world. Did I get? Okay, no, there is the dark red in there. Just couldn't tell. Hello. Let's get some. I thought Low and Potato were this. Nope. How could they have two Discords? Potato's not even on Discord. Disappointed. Disappointed. Let's get some. Am I getting to the same level as that one? Ish. Why is it Potato on Discord? I don't know. I don't think he has Discord. That's why Potato hasn't come up. Or they don't have Discord. So they haven't popped in. Alright, I think that's enough on that one. Yeah, people make fun of the Nundums, but I actually really enjoy them. I think they're great models. They're just fun. Well, once I learned how to paint them with dry brush instead of trying to only trim everything and gold and all that shenanigans. It's just a part of learning to love the process, which is what I have come to do finally. Emu, what's up? How goes the war? Oh, wait. What was the game? Was it 2K? You said Wii. What's going on? I don't have Discord, but I will have it one day soon. Yes, that'd be fantastic. Just wondering, Sash, do you play any Warhammer video games? Not really, I'll be honest, actually, now that I think about it. I mean, the closest I played that's kind of in that way is Stellaris, which I played like 16 hours straight when I was locked up in my office with COVID, trying to stay away from everyone. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe in the future doing Rogue Trader. I was gonna hope for it to get some, like, maybe some fixes and go from there. 40k games in particular I find are good, few and far in between. So me and a friend, 1k versus Necrons. We used the trenches for the first time and destroyed them. Oh, fun. So guard versus Necrons. That's fun. That's a slog of still pretty much 2k worth of models for most other armies on both sides. What about Gladius? The whole Discord has Gladius. Wait, which one's Gladius again? I don't think I played Gladius. Like I said, I don't think there's actually any... No, I played Mechanicus. What am I talking about? I really liked Mechanicus. Mechanicus is hard and was a lot of fun. Nice. Oh, you were playing Dark Angels. Okay, so yeah, still a slog to try and get through that many bodies. I think the Necrons went down in points since their codex came out. But they also had some things nerfed in their codex, which is hilarious in my mind. First time with the new codex. Okay, yeah. On both sides, I'm guessing. Oh, no, Dark Angels is getting their own codex in a couple months, something like that. Prep train that gets damaged during play. Wish that was in regular games. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Worst luck I've ever seen? I've seen some bad luck in games. Honestly, the worst luck I've seen for a game or while playing a game has been just my shooting when I play Tau. I roll threes very consistently when I play Tau, and it was awful. Like Civilization about 40k. It's a dangerous thing to tell me. Honestly, 4X games or just like tactical games like Civ are my crack. There's a reason why I don't play them that often, because otherwise I will lose track of my life and probably my wife would leave me. To be fair. And she would say the same thing. Where are we going? Me and my friend played Stellaris yesterday and decided that 130k free player in the AI was bullshit. Yeah, AI is bullshit in Stellaris. Launch Operation Chain Steel. Yeah, the game I played, I felt like I played, what was it? Gestalt Machine Empire. I just felt like even when I had pumped my science to the absolute max, I just felt like I couldn't keep up with the AI. Like, I was surrounded on all sides by AI that just did everything. And when the basically chaos showed up, it happened to be in one of my allied federation's place, and they obliterated the demons immediately. So I just kind of rage quit and activated all of the crisis and ended up walking away after that point. Because the AI was cheating like no tomorrow, and I was having no more of it. You guys still buy Codex? I'm never buying Codex after I got scammed after buying the Kadiastan set. Yeah, I don't buy Codexes anymore. Wahapedia is exactly where I go to for everything now. And most of my armies don't have Codexes coming for a while, so I'm in the green for that, at least. We definitely log in as their empire and break their stuff. Definitely don't. Wait, you can log in. Oh, right, you can do that with Stellaris. I also really gotta wonder how, like, they have I don't know how the AI has the ability to, like, build up the fleets that they have so early, where, like, if you try and play aggressive, you can't. Or, like, I just don't know. All right, it's on to pure red. Your federation mysteriously broke apart after their empire split and the big destroyed mysteriously. We have begun the first kidnapping wars. As in, like, you're kidnapping their stuff, or... Which, with Stellaris, I fully endorse, because... God damn the AI. I most likely will buy Codex just to look at the pretty pictures mainly. Yeah, that's the thing. And one of the problems with GW is they don't attribute their artists, but the art has been very good. Let's get... I'm gonna do that. Send them thousands of resources to my friends so they recover them. Oh, not the Canadian. I go no more than destroy them. Just destroy them. Damn, that's too much. Worst luck was the knight got one kill and then was killed to death, but it was versus Votan. Oh, Votan or Votan. Votan, especially in 9th, were such a problem. I like their aesthetic. They were such a problem. Yeah, not surprised that the Votan was able to kink back so easily. See, the only time my dice are ever hot is when I'm making saves. Somehow. I always have very good luck saving, but I have no luck when it comes to shooting. Which begs the question, why the hell did I decide on Tau first? Which, funny enough, here's why I'm not playing Tau anymore. Haha. I'm also just not a fan of horde mode. Oh, I miss Hope. Can't both of us have peace deal and then be fortified on the border. Any force that strikes first would be destroyed. Yeah, that's why I think there's like ascension perks that are dealing like 50% extra damage to fortifications, because it's like by the time you get to nearing the end game, you kind of need that, because I gotta fight a 80k fortification with my 130k fleet, but I gotta do it and then somehow get out of there and fight their 130k fleet. It's so silly. I also got really upset with my AI the last time I played, because I had the Federation. I left a buffer between a fallen empire and them because they, you kind of need that little buffer zone. My Federation mate decided to colonize and take those systems that were my buffer. And so I was in the middle of a war with the fallen empire, and they didn't have their fleet anywhere nearby. So I got attacked because I was part of the Federation that pissed off the fallen empire. And it was right by it basically split my army or my territory in two. Like I had stupid AI. Failing 9 out of 10 respawn rolls for Jinx. Oh, yeah, that's a rough one. That's a real rough one. I'll give you that one. That's an oof moment. 3 guard vehicles in the 3K battle had a series of explosions, and the knight came to move them. Oh, almost lost, but the knight saved us, which is what knights do. Because knights are awesome. Well, my ally is a human player, so I don't have that problem. Yeah, you could tell your human ally that, hey, please don't take territory by the fallen empire that's right beside me. I specifically left that buffer zone for a reason. Don't be a dick. What was worse is like I was doing something else. I think I was trying to get to the L sector or something. So I had no fleet because I was sitting there trying to, fight off the nanites, which were kind of a problem enough on their own. And yeah, good job, Samurai. I believe in you. I believe in the painting. I believe in Samurai having things painted by the end of this. The night wasn't the only factor because the rear assault failed and my men died. The Marines gave hope in the opponent until the missile landed on them. Yeah. That's why you just play pure knights. Well, allied knights, because right now if you take a look at the meta, which I'm always curious about, there's a site called Stat Check that I actually know some of the people that run it, which we played against a couple of the people. They're really, really nice people. Really nice guys. But yeah, if you actually look at them, they do like what's the meta? Like how do Eldari fail? And they do all the statistics for everything because of course it's friggin' 40k nerds. If there's anything worse than we're into its statistics. But it's a really nice like site. They actually have the dashboards and everything built up for it. It's really cool. Knights are at the very bottom. And if they're at the very bottom, and if you take away allies, they go even lower. And it's because you can't do secondaries. Now the knights serve with the forces. Oh God, no, no bird knights. Bird knights are not good. I'm gonna have to fix. Something happened with the back of this thing, so I'm gonna have to fix it up later. Well, this is also the one that I reprimed, so there might still be some metallics and junk that became a problem. Couldn't figure out how to make him bird knights. Just make a bird head, like swap the head out for a bird skull or something. That could work really nicely, actually. That would look pretty dope. Like a crow's head or something. Hey, what's up? Chiseled square. Chiseled square. Oh yeah. Round. Well, if you're chiseled square, you're not round anymore. Come on. All right. I don't have those lying around. You could probably find an STL or something of a bird skull. Just finished practicing for the last hour. Nice. Nice. All right. Last step for these gals. Or at least for the... Is that good? That's good. Except for the Marines have 8 spare bird head. Oh yeah, the mark. What's the mark of the bird head? It's like Mark 4 armor. The beakies. STL no go. I have FDM, not S. I mean, yeah, you could use. You still use an FDM printer for that. You might just need to sand it down a little bit and add some filler. Once you sand it down a little bit, you can use some outdoor primer that'll actually fill up some of the gaps from FDM, and you could use that. I just got to add a 7. Yeah, use the FDM and just you can find some kind of tutorials on how to make sure that like your FDM printing stuff comes out nicely. Let's see. So I do all the reds and stuff throughout the entire of the model, and then finish off with the orange just where I want the most view. I have niche Mark 6 heads. Oh, okay, Mark 6 heads. I have no idea how to do that. I don't want to risk breaking the quality of the model. Fair. Well, like I said, you print out the head on its own for the bird skull. And then you would fill it, do whatever you need to, make sure that it can like fit to the knight head essentially. And then just put it on afterwards. Use some like, if you have liquid resin or something that you could use to basically fuse it to it, some good amount of everything, it would work. I fully believe in this idea. A bird skull like knight would be dope. And like I said, FDM wouldn't be too difficult with it. And I think it would end up being lighter than resin because the resin ends up being quite heavy. And of course, infill and stuff. How's Bobby? Bobby's been doing good. Bobby has been run mostly as a Crusader in my last couple of games. And you know what? He's done pretty well. My second night, I've been using as Canis Rex. Mostly because Canis Rex is a lot better of a character. Or it's just a better than just the Preceptor because you got the 2-ups. You get sustained hits on everything. It's really solid. Half of any outside the box idea is the confidence to pull it off. Exactly. I believe in it. Manifest it. If you could think it, be creative about it, you could do it. Listen here, Emo. You got everyone here excited for a bird skull night now. Also going to learn to magnetize. I don't have resin. I'm too clumsy to deal with resin. And like I said, you don't need to use resin. You just use the FDM. I don't have confidence in anything I do. Ah, we got you. You know what? You don't need to have confidence in yourself in anything you do. I have confidence in anything that you do. I believe in you. You got this. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. You hear me? What have I told you when I first started? I used FDM models and looked like the way how you say. Yeah, so that's why, like, if you do it for the skull, it won't turn you'll have a little bit of that, like, kind of, you'll be able to see the layer lines and everything, but what you can do if you sand it down a little bit, at least that way you can minimize the layer lines. And then what's the there's a specific kind of primer that you use for outdoor use. It basically fills a lot of porous stuff, so you would use that spray can on the model itself, or on the FDM, on the print. That'll help fill up the pores, and you sand that down a little bit. It takes a while, but it should help out quite a bit. I'll use it for terrain and terrain alone. I am trying it again. Nah. But yes, FDM is much better for terrain. I do agree with that. And I will also admit, resin is a bit of a pain in the ass. but I believe in it. Also, there should be someone nearby that has like a resin printer that you could probably work with. I haven't had my printer running for a while, to be honest. Something's been wrong with it, and I have what is supposed to be a castigator knight that's just been sitting on the plate over a vat for the last quite a few months. Yeah, not great. Okay. So, just to show you guys, that's how it comes out with all that dry brushing. So I always try and make sure that dry brush from that dark, and it makes a nice harsh contrast with the black in the darkest recesses, but starting with the crusted sore, slowly going up. And then orange really only for the one place you want your eye to be drawn, which is going to be, you know, the head. So once it's actually finished, it actually comes off a little bit more. Let's see if I could get this to properly. You can see your eyes from the red itself are drawn more to the head than anything else. So that is the idea. You know, doing the orange just for the head. Best option to buy bits from someone. Yeah, I agree with that and fix it. Yeah, buy bits from someone that has resin printer or something. And most people, I know locally, I know some people that actually print with resin, and they print, or they charge for like $5-10 a plate. And if you can basically, most of them will be able to really like pack that plate, which is not that bad. Or else the desire to buy something will win and your money disappear. Yeah. Get cardboard and you're good to go. But wet palette. No need for a wet palette. Just put it on cardboard. I'm using it because of everything. Water. Oh, well. Spray can prime it. No, I'm being dead serious. Like, take whatever cardboard it is and just, if you have primer already, paint it first, and then it won't actually, like, once it's basically protecting it from liquid, essentially, at that point, once it's actually been painted, then you can actually, like, add water to it and thin that way. You just don't get it for a while. Biotech first, $40 for its quads and APCs to ground. Yeah, I agree with that. Biotech is usually pretty well priced, I find. All right, I'm gonna move on, and I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do some of the cloaks. So I'm gonna be doing some perp. Purples. Grr. Where are you gurring? Don't be gurring me. I gave you a good idea. All right. Yeah, we'll do it outside. Yeah, moisten of the brush. Moisten the brush. All right. Ooh. Whoops. Whoopsie. All right. Actually, I didn't dry brush the purple on last time, so I'm gonna see how that kind of goes off this time. Also, like, the lore is more grounded. Yeah. In terms of, like, grounded lore, I've been kind of curious of Lancer lately. It's one of those ones that I've been interested in looking into. You should try it. Also, the lore is more grounded. Samurai's against any idea that isn't his. Ha! True. Titan pushing is bigger than I think. Oh, Titans are huge. It might be something I get into eventually. Right now I'm kind of deep throating GW, let's be honest. I just like the sisters. Sisters and knights are fun. Stompy robots. I do like doing this way. It's a little bit more fun. Darker darks. What did I miss? What? Shotguns are basically pistol samurai. Oh, wait, shotguns are pistols. Breachers can have their shotgun blasters count as pistols, so shotguns are pistols, therefore. I should have banished him and get back to painting. Nah, he's painting camo, the poor guy. Give him a break. Have I been to Warhammer World? No. Haven't been to the UK. I don't think I will anytime soon. In terms of traveling, I'm mostly going to be traveling with Sonam, and Sonam's already been to the UK. So, and she didn't enjoy it. I mean, I have to one day go back to the homeland. Scotland. Maybe if I could see if I could find my clan's castle, owned by some American asshole now, unfortunately. Went last weekend, bought myself Titan off the shelf. Oh, that'd be nice. I actually stepped into a Warhammer store for the first time over the weekend. Mainly because my local game stores have been, unfortunately, having a hard time with keeping stock of like sisters or knights. I was kind of curious to see if they would have anything. And also I wanted to grab the mini knight, get the free mini rhino for Sonam. Unfortunately, it was sold out of the mini rhinos, and I forgot to look if they had any knights. So, my bad on that one. Alright, do I want to... How did I end up doing... No, with the retributors, I dry brushed the squid pink on there. UK was great when I went. I do want to go at some point. But again, like, it's traveling is going to be with the wife. So, if she wants to go somewhere, we're probably going to go there first. Nah. Scotland! Yeah. The only traveling I do is to towns you've never been to for gigs and then to and from school. Yeah, that's the thing. Money. 40 work play was concluded. What would be a fitting end? Toilet flush. That's it. Just a giant flushing sound as everything goes into the warp. Kidding. Kind of. No, I don't know if it will ever properly have an ending. Because what they're kind of getting to is that they're slowly kind of bringing back the Primarchs, which they're doing about 1 or 2 per edition now. So we at least have Primarchs until 2030. And it might be something like the Emperor ascends finally to the Dark King or something along those lines. It's something I think like that will end up happening, but we'll have to see. Oh god, there's more. Parchment paper would work against. Yeah, parchment paper would be better. Well, actually, no, wet palette. You can make a wet palette at home. All you need is basically just something to put the thing in. Take some, like, paper towel, fold it up a whole bunch so that way you have a nice pad, and then put parchment paper over top of it. And wham bam, and then wet the paper towel, and then there you go. You have a at-home wet palette. I just happen to like have gotten the white palette from other things, but like I did that when I first started painting. Yeah, just do that. Fitting or likely, because those are two different things. Yeah, pretty much. If you visit the British Museum, it's like seeing the world. Yeah. What was there was the, I think it was Across the Spider-Verse where they were in the Indian version of with Pavitr. And it's like, here's the museum with all our stuff the British hadn't stolen it. It's like, oh, beautiful. Beautiful short little line. I'll probably drive to Warhammer World in January to buy the weapons for the Reaver Titan. I just have to get them delivered. It's a 2-hour drive. 2-hour drive's not that bad. I mean, man, I find driving distances really funny. How they're like always dependent on where you're from. Because I grew up Nova Scotia, and where I lived, I was an hour away from Halifax. And that used to be a long distance. Like, that's a day trip. Oh, it's an hour? Oh man, that's so far away. Like, you even, it's like 100 kilometers, but you're just like, oh man, that's so far. God damn. Where I live now, it's completely different. When I think of something as 2 hours away, it's like, oh, that's not too far. It's kind of crazy. Fitting. A fitting end? Yeah, it would have to be something about, I mean, GW has a huge hard-on for chaos, so it's going to be something chaos related no matter what. As much as the Tyranids are a terrifying like force that is a huge problem, they're not going to have any bearing on the end of 40k. Like, there's no way. No. So it will have something to do with chaos. It will probably be the Emperor becoming a god, and his apotheosis. God, I can't remember how to say the word. Apotheosis. Word that means become god. Because I think the current idea with the Dark King lore is that if he becomes the Dark King basically swallows up all of humanity, and the Dark King is what he would become as a god. So yeah, it'd also have to be something about the Imperium screwing itself over. Let's be honest. Most of 40k is about, most of the lore is basically how the Imperium is ruining itself. Apotheosis. Yeah, I know how to spell it. I just can't remember how to pronounce the damn word. Word. Scotland good, England's not the best, Wales is England. The UK I don't like, and in. Let's see. I know my family is, or at least like my ancestors, as far as I'm aware, are Scottish and English, so I gotta go to Scotland at some point to see it. At least where I grew up, it was like, oh yeah, this is basically just a mini Scotland. Every time I see like a movie of Scotland and it's just, you know, overcast, endless hills, looks like it feels wet. I'm like, it feels like home. Nova Scotia is that way. I'm gonna be real, Chief. I haven't kept up with the lore since Agrod killed himself and then blew up the planet. And the Sisters of El felt it. Oh yeah. That was only last year. That was the Arcs of Omen, Angron's Arcs of Omen, which was pretty boss, to be honest. Yeah, Dark King stuff is coming up mostly in the End and the Death, apparently, which is part of why I wanted to read the Siege of Terra stuff, because I was really intrigued as to what was going on with that. So yeah, a long drive for Europeans means nothing for for the most of North Americans. Yeah, pretty much. I'm adopted, so I have no clue whether or not it's possibly European, considering I'm pasty. Yeah. Agreed. I only have ancestry back up to my like grandparents, and that's about it. But I can we generally know we've been here since at least like the 1700s. So. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Just say American. North American, hi. I'm Canadian. We have the same problem. I mean, East Coasters don't, but you go to the center of Canada and it's just endless nothing. And you gotta drive like 6 hours to go anywhere. And then you deal with Torontonians where it's like, oh, going an hour and you're not even out of your own neighborhood. But that's mostly because traffic is garbage in Toronto. It's also not worth it to spit in a tube for over $100. Yeah, to tell me. Yeah, I thought about it, but yeah, not worth it. Curious, but I actually remember when I was in high school, there was this girl that was sitting there and she was talking about talking with a friend, saying like, oh, like they would go to go get beer and like go to Denmark and buy beer all the time. And I hadn't known her before this, and I didn't realize she was an exchange student because her accent, when I first met her, I couldn't tell her accent, and I thought she was just rich as shit and was just literally taking day trips to Denmark, or no, she was Danish and going to she was Danish and she was going to Germany to get beer. And I thought she was just rich, flying to Germany every day. Like, nope, she's just Danish, and they drove across like an hour to get across the border to go to Denmark, or to go to Germany. The notion of being so close to multiple other countries is insane to North Americans. It's weird just to think of how close we are, like how close it is to being to America at times. It's like, oh crap, the border's actually that close? Ah! We have to deal with the Americans? Purple, purple, purple. God, I like purple. What time is it? Oh, we're at 8 o'clock. Okay. We're an hour in. Yeah, I'm really happy with this new palette. I like this color. My new color scheme. I'm very happy with the train so far. Yeah, I saw your train. It's looking good. I just like driving on the meterway for long distance. If it's more scenic, I don't mind generally. Yeah, I agree with that. Country roads are really fun to drive on because at least like you get a view. You can also like you're turning more frequently. And you don't have to deal with traffic as much. See, that's fun to know like how far back you've lived in somewhere. That's dope. I'll be honest, like I found out my it wasn't a part of like my actual family, but like my last name, I found a Robert Frost poem that actually described the event in which created my last name, which was kind of fun to know exactly where my last name came from, which was like was it the 11th century, I think? Something along those lines. Knowing that history is kind of fun. That, like, 700 years, 1,000 years. Whereas my actual family, I have no idea. Got nothing. Clearly shocked her. What is the idea of being adopted just not in that teacher's purview? Goddamn. Harsh. See, I had the opposite problem. Everyone thought I was adopted. Most because when I was a kid, I was blonde, and my parents both have kind of dark black hair. My brother also had dark black hair, so I kept getting pawned off to their friends that were actually blonde too. Yeah, fair enough to be caught off guard for that. Ooh, yeah, Emu. That's where you just kind of leave it. Or you skip over. You skip over that part. This one's gonna be weird. I really have to go back and fix the armor on this one because it starts right there. I am lucky to know my clans. Yeah. Yeah, I just decided to like I've looked up the clan, like what my clan actually is, so I know like what our actually no I don't. I don't know what our tartan is. It's actually not a bad looking tartan. I also know our castle was sold off to some rich American millionaire or something, so yeah. Yay. Rich Americans ruining everything. I think that's a good move. Solid move. I've not been very fortunate in looking at history. I will look to other parts of history. Yeah. Fair enough. Just Americans, let's be honest. Although I do get a laugh. I was looking at this today, or I found this out. There's with Grand Theft Auto 6, the trailer came out, which is just Florida Man. Florida Man the game now, which is awesome. Perfect for the game. Because at a certain point it's just documentary instead of satire. But there's a guy that is actually going to attempt to sue Rockstar for impersonating him in the trailer. And it's a guy that literally has the Joker face tattoos. So he's got like his eyes tattooed. He's got a tattoo of like chains going over his lips and over everything. And he's going to try and sue Rockstar, which is kind of hilariously Florida, but also hilariously like dumb, because I think it was Lindsay Lohan that tried to sue them for using her likeness for GTA 5, and she failed. And this dude, like tattooed dude in Florida, is gonna try and do the same thing. Like, nah, dude, you're not winning on that one. He most likely thought about doing the castle. I've looked in the restoration, got legal tape. Yeah. His claim is they used his likeness. Like, they specifically used his likeness because he has the same, like, tattoos as the guy in the trailer. It's near the end of the trailer, but it's like a mugshot, which is the same as like Lindsay Lohan, who they used her for promotional or an image that looked similar to, was it Lindsay Lohan or was it someone else? It was someone. I think it was Lohan. But they used an image that looked like her in like the peace pose. The red bikini image from the promotional material for 5. But yeah. Oh my god. This one's a lot harder with all the little finicky things in the way. Ah! It was her. Yeah, I remember that. In that case, the other side was struggling way wearing the tattoo. Yep. But I mean, you're trying to sue Rockstar, who has like made billions off of GTA 5 alone. Like, good luck. Good luck. The Irish don't only know up until the Korean War GWs. Yeah, they do. Yeah, especially some of these sisters. They got nutty detail. And if you go with the AdMech too, the AdMech have so much. I think the tattoos are different enough, but it's also, yeah, just pure money that Rockstar has. So you're trying to have a slap fit with billionaire. Oh, right, the wings. So, I don't have them over here. I actually painted these guys with the wings being the purple for the Retributors. Looked really good. I was really happy with how it turned out. Yeah. Also, I don't really care because they're just markers. So who cares? I only go back 4 generations after there's Hungary, Ireland, and Russia. So it goes nuts. Yeah. See, I know some of my last names or some of the family names are like very English, Scottish, and that's about it. What the hell? Oh my god. Wait, did it just do what I thought it did? Wait, I okay, sorry. I just watched this come back. Because I didn't get to see that. Okay, so I use my phone up here as a continuity camera. So to actually, yeah, balloon. So I use that to go to my laptop wirelessly using the continuity camera. And with the new setup for things, it actually goes through. God damn. So I could do things like this. And it gives the thumbs up. It's giving the reactions that come with Mac OS, whatever it is now. All right, let's do it. Will it do it? 2 thumbs up to... What is it? Do the thumbs up. Peace signs? Peace signs do something? Confetti. No, it's the double thumbs up is supposed to... Come on. Come on. Come on. It's supposed to be... Ah! There we go. Fireworks. Okay. Anyway. It's just, like I said, it's because I'm using Mac OS. It has the reaction. I'm going to turn those off, I think, for the future. Actually, that was really funny. So maybe I might leave that on. That's really funny. Yeah, maybe I might just leave that on. Anyway, it's a Mac OS thing. Kind of sucks. Kind of hilarious at the same time. I didn't think it would work because I guess it's because it goes through Mac OS into OBS and then to the stream. Which also works really fun for streams because I can literally just like make some fireworks. Came back 100% Irish. Yeah. Especially when you're on an island. Oh, God. All right, I need to get the next one in. I need to get some of this purple that caked on here off. Because we'll move on to... Do I have the Warlord purple? Yes, I do. Yeah. I want to go. Well, it's like, I laugh at this because I know a lot of people in PEI, so Prince Edward Island. I had some people that were... there was a chef and a sous chef that I was working with at one point, and they both found out they were from PEI, and they played the game that every Islander will play. Who's your father? So they play Who's Your Father, and they start talking, and they're basically going through their family to find out like if they know each other, because it's friggin' Prince Edward Island. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny little thing. And it's like a population of like 200,000. And they're talking, and they find out they're like second cousins. They never knew each other before working with each other in a kitchen, and then find out they're second cousins. So if you're 100% from an island, y'all need some sailors. I think it is the Warlord purple to Squid Pink. Where's my Squid Pink? Squid Pink's over here. So Hex Lycan to Warlord to Squid Pink. No Genghis Khan in that guy. I think Genghis Khan is mainly if you're east of... Isn't it like Hungary is like the most Western that you can find people with Genghis Khan? Ah, thanks, Epics. Do I need... I'll do a thumbs up, see if it comes up. Come on. There. No! Oh, shit. No, I didn't mean to do that. Thumbs up. There we go. Yeah. Actually, I really need to drum this down a little bit. Sorry, that sound was me thinking that I had made a huge mess of my purple. Thumbs down. I didn't mean to do the thumbs down. No, it's a thank you. Blame Mac. Quick overthrow. It's the Mac, I swear. Alright, skits. I'm sorry. Do I need to do like the fireworks? Can't control Mac. Mac does as he please. Ooh. I actually like the fact that I did the Warlord purple. Did I already do this one? No, I didn't. Yeah, I heard Rebecca. Ah, alright. Well, thanks, Epics, for hanging out for as long as you did. Thanks for the dono. Chill. AI rebellion has begun. It starts with the Mac reactions. I knew it would happen this way. I always knew it would be the Mac reaction. I know family names going back 300 years. Their names are... Yeah, that's kind of fun. We've just finished watching The Crown. Because season 6 came out. And I loved the little mini conversation that what is it, Charlie or William and Harry start having, where they're joking that there was a younger brother William that ended up killing the older William and taking the crown from him. Which just, when your family goes back that long and your royalty, it's like half brotherly joking, half like, yeah, you're royals, you're gonna end up trying to kill each other for the crown at some point. Be a little War of the Roses. AI enhanced literally means that it doesn't. The only thing I will say is that, like, for some things, it has its use, but it just has to be done appropriately. So, like, using it as a tool to, like, you know, at least get your ideas in place. Or, like, for me, actually, in my day job, what I use it for is instead of a Google search. Because then at least, like, I can get better information out of it than, like, Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is an absolute nightmare to actually get real information out of, and Google has just kind of gone downhill when it comes to actually finding anything out. So using, like, ChatGPT to at least get, like, the initial thought process, and since it can take in the actual, like, error message, I can get the information of, like, okay, this is where I need to start looking, rather than kind of going down rabbit holes forever with just a normal Google search. It has its use. I bought a book on English history to help me understand it in the War of Roses. Oh, you poor soul. Just watch Game of Thrones. Same thing. Except they're a little bit more related than in the War of the Roses than Game of Thrones. Yeah, that's the thing is, like, I mean, that's just the nature of, like, corporate shenanigans, is that they're gonna try and just throw whatever buzzword they can to make it sound like they're actually doing something. It's like, oh, we're using AI, Turing, machine learning to actually do something. It's like, no, you're basically just using what's already existing. It's silliness, the AI things, especially when it comes to art. Ooh, I'm actually kind of really happy with this so far. Like I said, if it's just used as the buzzword, yeah, it's going to mean absolutely nothing. Because generally it will mean nothing when it's just used as a buzzword. But as a tool, it's good. Yeah, negative disposition based on the field. Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with that. That is not what AI should be honestly used for. AI for art is dumb. It's soulless, which is the opposite and intrinsic of what a artistic endeavor should be. But of course, corporations love it because they can get content out the door. Agree. Technically, I don't think AI actually has any copyright to it at the moment. I think there is no way to actually have a trademark or copyright or anything with regards to AI at the moment. I think it's been ruled against it, I think. Best is government contracts for kind of... Oh, 100%. On, like... It's drudgery. Anything that can be removed with toil should be used. Now, the other thing too is if you are an artist that's actually using it to create a act with it, that's where it could be interesting, because you're kind of, it's your creative aspect that's just using the tool, as if like same with painting. adding on top of what is already there. So many potatoes. Weird spot of... Sometimes I gotta come in here and freaking dab this thing because I find that it's like running off, so it's easier just to kind of stipple the highlight than it is to actually try and deal with the actual thing. Yeah. Yes, agreed. I completely agree with you on that point. The people that like call themselves AI artists or prompt artists or something like that. No, I think if you basically used it as like a template or get yourself a sketch or how you can like get an idea of start and then kind of build off that, yeah, call that your own art. Agreed. I mean, that was kind of half the point of the WGA and SAG strikes that were going on. Was basically like, what were they trying to do? If you've been what was it? If you had once been on a movie set as an extra, they retained the use of your likeness in perpetuity to use as an extra in future movies. So they would AI generate you as an extra. And was absurd, especially the WGA strikes in particular were all about like AI writing art because the studios specifically want content. They don't necessarily want good stuff, right? I think a lot of people were upset about the actually I was kind of upset about the whole which one, Secret Invasion, I think, the Marvel show that had a AI generated intro. It kind of made sense for like the subject that they were doing that with, because it was impersonation and it kind of made sense with the themes, but at the same time, gross. I definitely know things about art and AI. Ah, shit. I gotta really clean that one out. I need it. Just 1 second. Crap. Wires are getting trapped. I agree with that. It's definitely gone so far downhill. It's just not fun. Loki, though. Loki season 2 was actually pretty good. I will completely endorse Loki season 2. Because that was actually really solid. But, yeah. Andor. But that's because it's actually done by people that really care and give a shit about it and want to do it more than just having another iteration. It's not. Which one? Andor or Loki season 2? I liked Loki season 2. I liked the episode for it. It was pretty good. No Way Home wasn't bad, but yeah, I agree. It's you kind of can skip most of it. First season of Loki, yeah, I liked the first season. Second season was a little bit stronger, but it also had my favorite kind of trope. Like trope wise, one of my favorite story plot points, which is the time loop. I love any movie that can do, or like any story that could do a time loop properly. Like, I am an absolute sucker for it. God, give it to me. Give it to me straight in my veins. Majora's Mask? Yes. Steins Gate? Yeah. Edge of Tomorrow? Fantastic. Oh, there's another one that I also mainly like the ones that are more like you're reliving events and how you actually process those events, like just Groundhog Day. It's good. Oh, I forgot. Disney's quite interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Majora's Mask is fire. But it's that story plot line of what made Majora's Mask in my mind so much better was that it was a lot of the people that were in Temeria, you could live through their like plot points. You could help them out. You could help that kid, the guy that was engaged, but he was wearing the mask because he was hiding from his fiance because he would been turned into a kid and he was hiding away from his fiance. You can go and you can help him to reconcile with his fiance throughout those 3 days. But the thing that's fantastic about it is that that's all you could do in those 3 days. And you have to go back to the beginning of the 3 days to do other things and to actually help everything. And when you go back those 3 days, what just happened never happened. Yeah, Zelda. What happened never happened exactly. And there's so many events like that. So like when you finish a temple, you've helped the ghost, you've helped the little town, you've helped the Zora, whatever. But when you restart, all of that's gone. And it's like you never helped at all, but you remember it. It's so good. I love stories that do that. Which, content-wise for what I want to do in the future, I actually really want to go and talk about the Outer Wilds. I will do a video on Outer Wilds because I loved that game so fucking much. It was so good. Yeah, you can't save everyone. You can't, and that's what's so good. If you liked that, Jonathan, yeah, it's fair. It's such a particular. It's a very particular story beat and story plot. It's not for everyone. I'll agree. For me personally, I love that kind of stuff. Are you talking about the Outer Wilds? Yes, you do need to play it. I won't talk much more on it. Because you should play that game blind. 100%. Like, don't think about it. Don't look anything up. Don't, just play it. It's so good. But I'm going to do a video on it where I go into the spoilers at some point because I loved it so much. I kind of potentially have Sonam playing it right now. So maybe when she's done playing it, I'll bring her in to talk about it. Maybe. I hope. Yes, agreed. what it is about this Warlord purple, but its coverage, even for dry brushing, doesn't feel great. I just don't feel like I'm doing anything with it until I'm doing too much with it. Which kind of sucks. Oh, shit. I went the wrong direction. I should be going down. Okay, now I've seen so much on it. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I do want to do both, essentially. I would like to have it be one, but we'll see. Better sign off, work tomorrow. Yeah, all right, cheers. Thanks for hanging out, Robert. Fighting shit. Yeah, fair. It all depends on how, like, you interact with it, right? Tears of the Kingdom is very good for that, I find. I did end up looking how to build specific things with Ultra Hand. But other than that, I tried to go in as blind as I could for either one. However, we get interested in lore and watch lore videos in the game, but I don't really care. Yeah. Oh, you missed the live streams? Yeah, I'll be trying to do more of them in the future. Last game I was playing was I went through Armored Core. That was good game. Armored Core was good. I really liked it. Hollow Knight, yeah. Another game for discovering lore as you go along is Tunic. I actually didn't play that game. Ish. It was basically Sonam and I playing that game. Or wait, no, did I play it together? No, we basically played it together because we were kind of doing the discovering part, because it's the lore within Tunic is built within, and like the vibe of like trying to discover and read through a manual that is in a different, like, oh, it's good. Mech Warrior 5, good shit. Cool as the battle mechs. Yeah, I'm hoping Armored Core brings interest back into mecha games. Especially with it winning Action Game of the Year. I'm hoping it brings interest back into the genre. Listen, I want to be invested as a corporate mercenary who only cares about doing war crimes for the money. What was the joke I kept hearing for Armored Core? You'll burn down the orphanage for money and then ask if you could, how much it is to burn down another one. Yeah, you're not the good guy. I loved Halo. Like, I read all the books growing up. Like, that's actually kind of what started me into like really getting nitty gritty into like world building. That's where it started for me. That's where it went wrong. That damn book. That damn game. That damn game. Like I said, I'm hoping that we get more interest in mech games because of Armored Core. I know Armored Core is like kind of the most anime-ish like mech game out there. I mean, there's more that are worse, but like if you could get like a Lancer game, that'd be awesome. Like a proper Lancer game. Because some of the mechs in that are kind of crazy. Halo Bungie lore, yeah. Although for me, the lore went downhill with the Reach game, because there wasn't supposed to be any other Spartans on Reach when it fell, and all the Spartan 3s were supposed to be suicidally killed. So, bleh. Boo. Oh no. What has he done? Is he using... Oh no. Samurai? Samurai, if you can hear me, please look up a video on how to actually make a wet palette. You could do it. I believe in you. I see that abomination that you've made. What have you done? If you're taking what, Reach or are you talking about Reach? I liked Reach as a game. I actually never played it when it first came out. I kind of ended off I ended with Halo 3. Level 42 out of 50. I was a goddamn boss and I did it solo. Swag. I thought that was like bit sheets. It does. I agree. But again, my problem is from what had been established with lore was one, there were no other Spartans that were on Reach when it fell. It was just blue team. So Kelly, John, oh fuck, what were their names? And Halsey was in a bunker beneath a mountain. Yeah, the game itself was good, but lore-wise, there was no other Spartans. Halsey was in a bunker and was left there, essentially. And also, Spartan 3s were suicide bombing child soldiers. They weren't supposed to live. Yeah, I know. Can't deal with retcons. But that was like my first instance of it. Like, it was also because I went from the books, because it bothered me because like I loved Shadow of Onyx, which is where they established the suicide bombing Spartan 3s, which I thought were fantastic. I know. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was in a bunker. I know, I agree with that. Infinite, at least when you play it, the multiplayer for Infinite is classic Halo. Like, I was playing some of the Infinite multiplayer, and I felt like I was back to being a scummy 16, 17-year-old who would stomp my friends. Yeah, Spartan 3's lore was really, really fun and really interesting. Also, they had the armor that they had was... Oh no, I stomped. I was a scummy Halo 3 player. Like, what we actually we had LAN games where like it was 2v2v2v1 and I was the one and I would win by like 20 or 30. But it was only Halo. Halo was the only thing that I was like actually good at. My other friends would bring up like they'd bring up Call of Duty or another game at that point, any other first-person shooter, and I would just bomb at it. I was not good at it. It was only Halo. It is what it is. Yeah, it's just the armor, the Dyson sphere. There's so much cool stuff about Shadow of Onyx that I thought could be they wish they built on a little bit more. Okay, I keep coming out of the I'm gonna maybe in the future I'm gonna find a way to actually like kind of make this a little bit closer, because I feel like I'm quite far away. I should be honest, I think it was ODST came out before Reach, and I actually didn't end up playing ODST. I think that was the point where I stepped out. And I stepped out of games in general. I have not played Lethal Company. And yes, I agree. More Spartan 3s than Spartan 4s. More stealth. What time is it? Oh, it's 9:02. I'm going to finish up with dry brushing this purple, and I'll keep going. ODST. Yeah, I never got a chance to play it. I think as I was going off to uni, I think. I think at that point. Just as it was coming out, and I didn't take my Xbox or anything with me when I went to university. I just took my alcoholism. All right. That's it. Yeah, if you want to tell a good story about super soldiers, it has to be human rights violations. Especially when you think about why they originally created the Spartan 2s was not to combat the aliens, but to literally Space Marines, to compliance rebellions. They were, yeah, they were all kinds of fucked up. What's a ship for leaving company? Yeah, that's the thing. I usually play single player games now too. Like, I went through Elden Ring, Armored Core. I had Cyberpunk. I might try and get the DLC for Cyberpunk, but that'll be kind of. And also, I went through Tears of the Kingdom recently. Oh Jesus, yeah, it's 2:04. Yeah, I gotta finish up. I'm just trying to clean up this dry brush. Where's the other one? Should I? No, this one's actually not bad. This one, the pink ended up being. Pink and the purple ended up really getting into the bristles, but I think it's just gonna have to be a soaking situation. UNSC does some light trolling. Here, strip some of that paint out of there. All right, guys. I think that's it for now. Thank you for coming. Come on. Fireworks. Come on. Okay, you suck. Stupid reactions. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. For host Bobby. Always for host Bobby. All right, cheers, guys. I'm out.